Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to explain what circular economy is, but I don't know. So difficult question to answer. At first glance, it looks like it's probably quite obvious. Let's use recycled products. Recycling is good, so a recycled product, 100% recycled content, surely that's part of the circular economy, a good sign. And also we want to look at recycling at the end of life, so products that are recycled, I can put them in the right bin, they're going to go into new products, also a good sign of a circular product or a circular system. But then we start to get into intricacies, so look at construction, for example. You buy steel, it could be 100% recycled, it's often recovered for economic reasons at the end of life, but the process of recycling steel, for example, is highly energy intensive. You would have lots of emissions and massive carbon footprint, almost as high carbon footprint as producing new steel. So we must think also around not just what goes in and what comes out, but what happens in the process in between as well. Look at concrete. You can recycle concrete, you crush it up and you downcycle it into road base. So surely there's more to circular economy than just recycled content and recycling at the end of life. Probably have to think about it in a little bit more sophisticated way. We look at iPhones, electronics, for example. We have the machines, I can't remember the names anymore, but Apple have a few machines that are feeding with electronics and taking out all the component and recycling it as well. So that's a recycled product, but it lasts for, how long do we have the iPhones? Maybe 12, 18 months, then we buy new ones, and there's a churn through and novelty. So couldn't we make more circular products by making them last longer as well as looking at recyclability and recycled content going in? We should probably have iPhones or mobile phones where you can change the battery to extend the life. So there's more than recycled content and recyclability to products as well. Another aspect is looking at the type of materials going in, so scarce resources. How much are we depleting natural capital, considering the finite resources we have, and obviously the practices of mining, the social aspect is not just a resource and environmental question that we should consider. And when we go into other products beyond kind of abiotic or non-living resources and think more around food, for example. What is a circular hamburger? How do we define that system? Because surely we can't recycle it, and how should we look at that? And looking at the life cycle of, for example, a hamburger, where does all the different ingredients, the packaging, the bread, the mayo, the ketchup, all that stuff, is probably about looking at the supply chain and look at what each individual component and each individual step does there, down to the farm level, down to the production of fertilizers and pesticides. Every component of the product life cycle needs to have a circular element of it, and putting that together. So lots of issues and challenges around how we define and what is circular economy and what does it mean for different parts of the supply chain. And I think this is probably all seen this graph around, this is circular economy. It's not linear, it's not just recycling, it's circular. But drilling into it and breaking it down for individual industries and individual products, it becomes a bit more complex. There's a lot of actual issues that needs to be juggled and balanced. So not just to raise issues, but to think about, we thought about it at EDGE, how can we define, how can we put metrics and measurement around circular economy? And we broke it down into 10 different categories. Say, well, we need to look at recycled content, we need to look at material scarcity, toxicity, the actual substances going into the product, the waste generated and efficiency in production, waste and efficiency in installation, life cycle replacements, so the iPhone example about, can we design products that don't need to be replaced 10, 15 times over life? Obviously the potential to reuse, actual reuse, how effective it is in the market, whether the companies producing the product take an extended product responsibility and actually actively take back the products. And also knowing that this is an emerging challenge and we need companies to be innovative, reinvent products, offer new products that are more circular. So we built a tool, which I think was circulated with the invite, otherwise we can make it available, where we're offering companies or anyone really to go in and test the circularity of your product or your project. Answer a few simple questions and get a score of all these things considered. How circular am I? I think this is an area that's going to evolve a lot over the next couple of years. A lot of the state jurisdictions are at the moment thinking about how do we frame this, what are the metrics, and it's going to be really interesting to hear from all the speakers here today about how you think about circular economy and the discussions, because I think we can all agree that it is more than recycling. It's about life cycle thinking, and we need to have a fairly sophisticated approach in approaching it. So that's my 5 minutes. I know I didn't answer the question, what is circular economy? But I didn't say I would either. Thank you.